We're in Covina in Southern California. Today is August 1st, 2013. We are approaching two cell phone towers within 20 feet of one another that are disguised as palm trees. It is on the corner of Sunflower and Arrow Highway. And we are approaching them now. We have our EMF analyzer turned on. You're going to start hearing the pulsations coming from these towers now.
There they are.
And the towers are right here to my left. They are monster towers, disguised stealthily.
Oh.
They're behind a Jiffy Lube here. Again, it's on the corner of Sunflower and Arrow Highway in Covina. And everyone that stops here at this signal is being absolutely irradiated with microwave frequencies. There's also another stealthily disguised palm tree right across the street behind this Shell gas station in a shopping mall. So there are three massive towers within a short distance of one another. And the pulsations of radiation and the location of these towers are going to take out all of the inhabitants that work here at these businesses, as well as the adjacent townhome project that is right behind the two cell phone towers that are located within about 20 feet apart. We're getting ready to make the turn now, and this will illustrate how the frequencies will be heard again on our frequency analyzer. And you can see both of the cell phone towers right now. These are being deployed all over the nation. This is a silent weapons, quiet wars system using frequencies instead of bullets. Make absolutely no mistake. The intention of a silent weapons system is to reduce the vitality of the people and to make the people ill. And many of the associated illnesses that people have been complaining about and have been experiencing from the smart meters is exactly what people are feeling from these cell phone towers. This is a wireless dog fence around our nation.
I found one of the most shocking things that I found thus far in all the inspections that I've performed for people so far. And here we are on the roof of an architecture firm in this beautiful space that this person lives in. I'm going to show you the first thing right here. Stay back. Radio frequency energy may exceed exposure limits. This person just found out recently that they have cancer, and they've actually been helping their son for the last year or so, who's 25, who also has cancer. And I'm going to show you what is behind this building, and I'm really, really shocked. So here we go. Here's this door, and we're going to just step in here very briefly because it's really intense in here. So this is cell phone towers.
These cell phone towers are along all freeways. They're on roads. Everywhere you go, you need to go to antennasearch.com, and I was going to turn around right here. Okay. So I'm going to do that here in a moment. But you can go to antennasearch.com, and you can pull up the cell phone towers nearest your homes in your communities. These are weaponized. Go to stopthecrime.net and read the Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars document. It's only 44 pages. It was a document that was adopted in 1954 by the Bilderbergs at their first meeting in the Netherlands. And it is a declaration of war upon the civilian population. And when you go to the definition of the quiet weapons system, and you read about the intention to use a biological weapons system on us, you will see frequencies are part of this system. The frequencies are also part of the ultimate plan for mind control. Go to stopthecrime.net to the mind control link and understand exactly what the NSA facility is really going to do. That is that 1 million square foot data collection center in Bluffdale, Utah, and there are other centers as well. You need to understand the silent weapons system that has been deployed on all of us.
Look at that. It's unbelievable. And again, I'll show you the meter. Sitting here right outside these people's driveway. Now this is also extremely hard to believe. I've now driven down almost a full block, right next to the telephone pole, down a full block, and check this out. I'm going to show you the meter reading, and the meter is still up at 2 and 3 volts per meter in the red on the left-hand side at the peak.
Benjamin Rivas has worked on cell phone towers for 14 years.
Physically burned my hand.
The burn is a work injury you can see.
What you see here is what I would call an everyday crime.
Other problems he said caused by the towers aren't as easy to spot.
Depression, and I get headaches from time to time, and mood swings and stuff.
We're passing these towers again right now. And we're forced to stop here at a red light where we are being radiated by these towers. And I can tell you that this is intentional. They know exactly what they're doing. And also, where you would normally be able to see the San Bernardino mountain range directly ahead of us right now, you can only see the low-lying foothills directly ahead of us. The mountain range is completely obscured from our vision because of the heavy chemtrailing that we have observed here on August the 1st in San Dimas and in Covina. Another extremely important thing that I must get out to everybody in the country. What is happening right now in all of our planning departments is they are agreeing to a climate action plan and an energy action plan. And this is requiring all smart meters to be deployed and for all homes to have energy efficient appliances. The opt-out that many people worked very hard to accomplish in California and other locations as well is an appeasement only. It is only an appeasement. We are going to be required to have smart meters and smart appliances. This is in all of the energy efficient plans. This has been stealthily brought into our cities through the back door, and that is through the planning departments.
Here's what I consider, in my personal opinion, another crime scene. And I don't think I'm being dramatic saying this. Here's the cell phone tower. I want you to notice where this is located. Literally in the parking lot right next to these stores. There's human beings working in these stores and eating in these restaurants all day long, and there's a cell phone tower right there that's hitting 1,000 microwatts per square meter depending on the pulses that are coming off the tower. I'm across the street, as you can see. I wouldn't even want to guess what the radiation exposure is inside of those stores there. And I have the meter set on average, which you can see here it says RMS, which means microwatts per square meter average power density. This is 800, 900 microwatts per square meter. Goes even higher. Once again, biological effects start at 3.4 to 6 microwatts per square meter average power density.
Yesterday, on July the 31st of 2013, we went to San Marino, which is adjacent to Pasadena, which is also the home of Caltech and JPL aka NASA, and we picked up the Climate Action Plan, or as they call it there in San Marino, the Energy Efficiency Plan. And we also went to Covina nearby and picked up their energy efficiency plan, as well as San Gabriel. And we looked online at the energy efficiency plan of Pasadena. The people behind this plan are the international bankers, NASA, Goldman Sachs, the CIA, the FBI, the Department of Energy, as well as many major universities, along with the military, because this is a military deployment of frequencies up on all of us. Go to the NASA war plan on stopthecrime.net, and you will see that they are using frequencies to low pulsed frequencies as indicated in the Army document, the Fort Meade Army document. We have that on our website on stopthecrime.net under source documents. We also have smartmetersmurder.com. You can link to that from stopthecrime.net, and you can listen to Dr. Barry, or I should say scientist Barry Trower, YouTube, in his discussion about the weaponized deployment and locations of these cell phone towers. It is absolutely urgent that everyone refuse the smart meters on your homes. Do whatever it takes. Do not allow a biohazard on your home.
52-year-old Sanjay Kasliwal is counting the days now. Incurable brain cancer due to radiation from mobile phone towers in his neighborhood has reduced life to little more. His brother has been termed luckier, sent to the US for brain surgery, but both of them know hope fades.
I have written to all possible government offices to find out what sort of control are they doing, or what sort of an audit is being done, and it seems everything falls on deaf ears. Nobody is concerned.
Experts say the area the two men live in faces radiation from mobile phone towers equivalent to living in a microwave oven 19 minutes a day.
See, the levels were somewhere between minus 18 to minus 20 to 20 dBm also over here, and these radiation levels are very high for prolonged exposure, almost about 100 times higher than what is recommended for continuous safe exposure. And there are 2 cancer cases which have been reported in this house. There's even a dog has got cancer.
We learned when we looked at the Energy Action Plan yesterday that it is being financed by our utility company here in Southern California, which is Southern California Edison, under the auspices of the California Public Utility Commission. They're all in bed. They're all lined up. They're all corporate agencies under the mother corporation of USA Inc. The United States has been taken by foreign banks and mega corporations posing as a legitimate government, and it is not. We are being absolutely put upon by the silent weapons system. Again, the silent weapons for quiet wars is a policy by the international bankers of slavery and genocide. Please go to stopthecrime.net and read this document. Get this out to everybody. Put stickers and other things on your vehicles. We are the media. Put large magnetic signs on your cars for everybody to go and read the Silent Weapons Quiet Wars document. You can pull it as a PDF, but whatever you do, please get this document out. This is what the system is of frequencies. And if you go to stopthecrime.net and you go to the mind control link, you will see the latest White House government document. It's only 13 pages. They are creating a fence of frequencies around the United States. Go to the mind control tab and take a look at this 13-page document. I'm driving now. I'm in quite a bit of traffic. This is extremely, extremely urgent that everyone get this out. We'll be putting this up on YouTube as quickly as we possibly can to get this out to everyone.
It's kind of interesting when cell phone tower workers are telling you that they have headaches, that they have brain cancer, that they have all these health issues throughout the day, where they get these headaches or blurry vision. Why would so many of these guys have these seemingly often problems like this? You would think that if there was nothing really bad about cell phone towers, that obviously those who would work on these towers would be fine. But instead you hear something quite different. And with the readouts with this, 1,000 plus microwatts per square meter measured near one of these cell phone towers, when it only takes about 10 microwatts to even have any effect on you. So we're talking 100 times the threshold for where it actually can cause harm to a person. So it's very interesting. You know, some people have mentioned that when they've lived near cell phone towers that they've had headaches and depression, and this is also something that these tower workers have mentioned as well, having even depression from doing this. So this also begs the question of whether or not these patents I've shown in a previous video really are something that is being used on some of these towers to where it can actually influence you. These frequencies that they use can cause certain types of emotions and certain types of feelings. At certain frequencies, it makes you even potentially depressed feeling. And in other frequencies, it can cause you to even become enraged. And why is there so many cell phone towers? And in many cases, these cell phone towers, if you put your cell phone directly towards them in the range, and it doesn't do anything. You go look up the cell phone tower online, it says it's for this certain particular company, let's say Sprint. You go and take your phone over to it and you have no bars. It doesn't even make any sense. Or even have some of these cell phone towers multiples in a row. Why would you have so many in a row? What's the relevance of that? It's supposed to be covering certain square footage, allegedly, but instead we have them lined up near a highway. Why would they be doing that? Especially not very far apart. So it makes you kind of wonder what they're really for here.
To broadcast the entire Earth, it takes 2 kilowatts, 2 hair dryers. Now a microwave oven uses 1,000 watts or 1 kilowatt. Here's the damage 1 kilowatt can be done by somebody when they take a magnetron out of a microwave and turn it into a ray gun. This is just a small example of a low-tech weapon running on 1,000 watts. Then you have these things here, these huge towers of death. Now each row in this tower, an array, or a set of dishes or rectennas or whatever you want to call them, is connected to a cable with a maximum power output of 300,000 watts, or 300 kilowatts. That's 300 microwave ovens. We based that conservative estimate based on the gauge of the cabling that's running up to one of these arrays. They're estimated at 300,000 watts per cable. Those aren't fiber optic cables running up to those arrays. It's a thick copper gauge transmission line quality cable running up those towers. Now if there's 10 cables, that's like 3 megawatts of power. And these cables are out there to output power to the magnetron, not for data transfer. That's an important point. These cell phone towers are weaponized. There's no other reason to have this much power running up the cables. It isn't for data transfer. Now, FCC regulations limit normal transmission per array to about 400 watts. To put that into perspective, 1 watt from your phone can go 25 miles to the nearest tower. A 1,000 watt magnetron on a stick can blow shit up. And these towers have a 300 kilowatt power line running up to each rectenna. And who knows, there could be an amplifier at the top of these towers that steps up the power even more. The point is here, ladies and gentlemen, is that these companies like Lucent and Google could turn up the juice at any time and nuke a town. They could nuke the entire country without any warning, without anybody being able to protect themselves. They could cook them like a boiling frog in the middle of the night. This infrastructure is not only in place, it's built up with multiple levels of redundancy. Every big city has thousands of these death towers. And all that needs to happen is for an AI from Google or whoever to come in and nuke everybody at once and take over. Who out there remembers that movie Terminator? Well, Google doesn't have to send a Terminator to every door or launch a nuclear strike. It can just turn on these cell phone towers to maximum and cook everybody within the city limits within an hour. And then just send in the Terminators to mop up the countryside.
But I want the camera to scan across the sky right now. We're under a very, very thick vellum of geoengineering. This has been said in the NASA documents to have reduced sunlight by 20% globally. This is why our trees are dying all over the globe. This is also preparing toxic soil because of the pH change that will only allow for GMO seeds, Monsanto seeds, to grow. We are being poisoned intentionally. This is mass pollution being created. And I can tell you another very, very important document on stopthecrime.net is the Iron Mountain report. This report, we're going by another cell phone tower. We just picked it up on our analyzer. We just heard it. While we can't see it because it's disguised, we hear it. We keep our analyzer on as we're driving so that we can hear how close these cell phone towers are located. But they're disguised as trees, they're disguised as telephone poles with a flag on it. They're even in mobile gas station signs hidden so that you don't even know that they are there. In church steeples, they're even created as yuccas in the desert so you don't realize that they're not a real cactus, but that they are yuccas. This is a stealth deployment. So I urge everybody, go to your building departments and find out the additional back door. Just as they have back doors in all of the computer applications, they have back doors into everything. This has been a well thought out, well organized collapse of the United States, and we're witnessing it at Mach speed now. And so please do your homework and listen to some of the other YouTubes that we have posted on our site. We're in tremendous danger. Thank you very much.